Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's session. Welcome to Crack Grade B online learning platform. And today we are focusing upon current affairs. But before that, can you tell me whether my voice is clear and is this screen clearly visible to all of you? ये screen सही से दिखाई दे रही है? Okay, chalo. So in CSIR session, we've already completed economics as in the course, and some of the lectures are remaining, and that too with respect to reports and indices only, or macros ke ek aad lecture we will take. But we will be starting simultaneously the current affairs also, because from January, if we continue throughout this whole month, the current affairs also, that will be much more helpful, because it enables us to revise most of the aspects within this month only, so that we can be prepared with respect to current affairs for the next month examination. ठीक है, तो हम लोग current affairs इस month पूरा cover कर लेंगे, and we will be having alternate lecture sessions. One subject based specific, for example, economics का एक lecture we will take on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and current affairs we will simultaneously do on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. ठीक है, so this will be, or maybe थोड़ी modification, but mostly current affairs and static, the composition will be same throughout the course. Okay, so this is the broad idea. Now let's come to the question that how to approach current affairs with respect to CSIR, and that is especially to those people who who have already taken the course. We'll be seeing whatever content that we'll provide to you. ठीक है, how to utilize that content, specifically in this month, which you already have. ठीक है, so the main strategy that you need to focus upon, first of all, look at the syllabus. ठीक है, the syllabus will give you a broad idea with respect to what exactly the current affairs are actually focusing upon. But if you look at the syllabus, it actually focuses upon almost everything, but we have to be specific with respect to the themes that syllabus throws at us. And what are these major themes? Okay, first of all, we'll obviously divide it into national and international news. Okay, and national, obviously there are various aspects into it, such as committees, sports, awards, polity, economy, schemes news, judicial news, international conventions. And obviously when we talk about international conventions, we are talking about across the spectrum. ठीक है, politically also there are international conventions. Politically there are various international groupings such as BRICS, such as ASEAN, such as SAARC, that are mostly Indian related also. ठीक है, so we will cover that. But also there are some sports aspects also. ठीक है, sports, awards, and other things. So whatever content that we will provide to you in the course specifically, they will be comprising of all these things month wise. ठीक है, all these content will be provided to you month wise, so that whatever you will be getting is from December to January 23. That means 1 year content will be provided to you, apart from MCQs also for every month. So this will be the broad spectrum of the content that you will be getting, the content in which every portion of the current affairs that is mentioned in the syllabus will be provided to you here. ठीक है, तो ये तो हो गया करंट अफेयर्स के कंटेंट जो आपको मिल रहा है. एंड ट्रस्ट मी विद दिस, द स्ट्रैटेजी दैट यू नीड इन दिस मंथ, ठीक है, एक सिंपल स्ट्रैटेजी बना के चले, लिमिटेड कंटेंट, मैक्सिमम रिविजन, देन ओनली trust me, then only you will be able to score good marks in current affairs. Most of the toppers, be it in any examination, always they focuses upon limited content, maximum revision. ठीक है, आप इसके साथ एक और चीज ऐड कर लो, more MCQs practice. adopt these 3-point strategy, you will be getting good marks in current affairs, trust me. ठीक है? So in the course we will be providing you content PDF month wise. ठीक है? And based on these content, ठीक है, I'll be taking MCQ sessions of all the 12 months. And obviously हम लोग पीछे से शुरू करेंगे, जिससे हम लोग एटलीस्ट those months which are important वो पहले कवर कर लें. तो we will be starting with December, November, okay, and October and similarly like. But हम लोग कोशिश करेंगे कि एक साल का करंट अफेयर्स विद इन दिस होल मंथ वी विल बी कवरिंग थ्रू MCQ sessions. Because in MCQ, it is generally assumed that in MCQ people tend to learn more these things. ठीक है? और अगर क्वेश्चन फॉर्मेट में if we can do these things beforehand, that inevitably will be helping us not only in learning the content but also in how to attempt these questions that will be coming in the examination. ठीक है? So this will be the broad idea. I'll be taking all these MCQ sessions. The content will be provided to you, and I'll make sure that at least a schedule is provided to you that how we are going to take these MCQ sessions so that you can prepare beforehand and come in the class to attempt these questions. ठीक है? तो ये broad idea रहेगा. इसमें किसी को कोई confusion, please tell me. If anyone has confusion with respect to how to approach current affairs after this, please tell me. चलो ठीक है. तो सबसे पहले बिकॉज दिसंबर का कंटेंट इज राइट नाउ गेटिंग अपडेटेड, ठीक है, बट सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी विल स्टार्ट विद द नवंबर करंट अफेयर्स. November current affairs are also recent current affairs. Anyways, a very critical month, important month for the upcoming examination. So let's start answering these questions. आप लोग attempt करो, ठीक है? And whatever the concepts that are there in the question, I'll explain it to you. ठीक है? So that not only you do these questions, you understand what's your mistake are, and you also understand the concepts too. So this is the first question. Try to attempt this question. A study of Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology unveiled the potential of cloud seeding to boost precipitation in water scarce region. Consider the following statement regarding cloud seeding. The first statement says that it is a kind of weather modification technology that aims to artificially stimulate rainfall. Tamil Nadu was the first state to attempt this in 1970s. Maharashtra and Telangana followed it in 2003, 8, 2017. So which of the above statements are correct? All of you, try to attempt this question. Let's do as many questions as possible in our today's session with respect to November so that you can at least be confident with respect to the November current affairs. What do you think is the correct answer? A, B, C, D. Anu says B, Natya says B, Jay also says B. What about others? Yes, all of you are correct. The correct answer is B. Why? Because this is the definition which is correct. Cloud seeding is a technology through which we can artificially stimulate rainfall. And how do we do that? We obviously put some chemicals, via airplane in the clouds that can act as a nuclei for moisture to condense over them. Okay. So this is what cloud seeding is. And with respect to these two data, yes, you are correct. Tamil Nadu was the first state, whereas Maharashtra and Karnataka followed in 2003, 8 and 17, not Telangana. Okay? So let's do the next question. Recently, an internal combustion engine powered by ammonia is gaining traction in the automotive industry. Consider the following statement. Agricultural soils release nitrogen oxides into the environment. Cattle release ammonia into the environment. Poultry industry releases reactive nitrogen compounds into the environment. What do you think is the correct answer? See, for those of you who have already done previous year questions of civil services, they might get the answer very soon. What do you think is the correct answer for this? Jay C. Okay. What about the others? Anu says B. Chief says D. The chief is correct. The correct answer is D because all of these statements are correct. Agricultural soils obviously release nitrogen oxides into the environment because nitrogen is an important component over there. When you study nitrogen cycle, and we will study nitrogen cycle in environment class also within the session, okay, where we will study all these biogeochemical cycles. Okay? There you will identify that how agricultural soils also possess or also are a component of. And why do you think this is released? Because in agricultural soils, ammonia is also present, है ना? Then we have cattle release ammonia, correct? Poultry also release ammonia. Now let's move on to the next question. The recent glacial lake outburst flood in Sikkim washed away this Teesta Dam. Now they are asking about the various details with respect to Teesta River. So it is actually trying to incorporate the current affairs as well as the geography component of it. Okay, so your geography will also be revised in there. The source of Teesta River is the same as that of Brahmaputra, but it flows through Sikkim. River Rangit originates in Sikkim. It is tributary of River Teesta. River Teesta flows into Bay of Bengal in the border of India and Bangladesh. Yes, Chief, correct. Because of fertilizers, the nitrogen component within soils have been exaggerated and have been more. But what about this question? Let's revise these rivers also. So how many of you know that River Teesta's source is what? Is it the same of Brahmaputra? Everyone try to attempt this question. Try to utilize elimination method at least. If you think that one statement is incorrect, try to eliminate that option and try to come up with the correct answer. जैसे C. Narendra Pratap says also C. Anu says D. So what those of you who are saying C, they are correct. Good. So only this statement is correct. First of all, the source is not Brahmaputra. अगर आप, if you look into the map, ठीक है, if this is Sikkim, Arunachal, ठीक है, and this is Bangladesh. So Teesta river is coming something like here, ऐसे, and ऐसे जा रही है, ब्रह्मपुत्र वहाँ पीछे से आ रही है, इधर से. So the source are not same, ठीक है, and they are meeting at here, this position, not in Bay of Bengal. So that's why these two statements are incorrect, and this is the remaining option, the correct answer. Yes, source of Teesta is not same of that of Brahmaputra. Correct. Next question. Let's incorporate science and technology also. According to a new study, Venus, often referred to as Earth's sister planet, may have experienced tectonic activity 4.5 to 3.5 billion years ago. Consider the following statements and you have to identify these statements are correct or not. Venus is considered as Earth twin because its colors are similar. Longitudes represent circular lines and this distance between them decreases steadily polewards until it becomes zero at the poles. During summer solstice, there is a winter in northern hemisphere and summer in southern hemisphere. What do you think is the correct answer? This should be easy. For those of you who have already read the initial chapters of geography, you will be able to do this question. Just utilize the simple knowledge of geography, you will be able to do this question. Longitude, latitude. So Jay says C. What about others? Everyone is saying C. And why do you think the correct answer is C? Everyone. I guess option में थोड़ा issue है. It should only be only 2. Because this is incorrect because it is due to shape and size. है ना? And during summer solstice, what happens? Summer in northern hemisphere and winter in southern hemisphere. So only 2. Let's try to attempt this question. In a recent meeting of WTO, okay, India raised concerns about the lack of clear definition of e-commerce trade. Although they're talking about e-commerce trade, but they're just asking you about what's the WTO's basic things are. Okay? So WTO is the only global international organization dealing with the rules of trade between nations. Afghanistan joined the WTO on 29th July as its 164th member. So what do you think is the correct answer? Simple hai, theek hai? If anybody would have read about WTO, they all understand that what kind of organization it is. And apart from that, the latest news with respect to expansion of its members have recently arrived. So try to identify the statements. Narendra Pratap says D. Okay. So Natya says B, Jay says B. Okay. So those of you who are saying B are correct because see, WTO is the only organization that deals with trade relationship amongst members. ठीक है? It is the only organization जो globally trade के rules को establish करता है. That's why you see there are various type of agreements dealing with various aspects of trade within WTO. You have GATT, you have GATS related to services, you have TRIPS agreement related to intellectual property, you have TRIMS agreement related to investment measures. Okay? Then you have other appellate body mechanism where you discuss other things. Okay? And you have trade facilitation agreement where you discuss customs agreement. Okay? So WTO encompasses everything related to trade between member countries. Okay? And this is the latest news with respect to the members. Okay? So this is, although GATT converted to WTO, but GATT in itself is a agreement within WTO. Okay, Narendra. There are two agreements within WTO which caters to goods and services. GATT caters to goods and GATS caters to services. ठीक है? Let's try to do this next question. Recently, Union Minister of Commerce Industry participated in G7 meeting in Osaka. Okay, so consider these statements. What do you think is the correct answer? Germany holds the presidency of G7 in 22. France, West Germany, Italy, Japan, Australia, and the United States formed the G6 in 1975. It aims to provide a venue for industrialized democracies to address pressing economic concerns. So, what do you think is the correct answers? Jay says A, okay. What about others? Jay says A, Maharishi says A. What about others? Others should also attempt this? Or are you guys skipping this question? मतलब G7 के अगर आपको members पता है, ठीक है, then you can easily eliminate one option, then you can get it to the main answer. How many of you have, seen Boris Johnson's photo with Trump in G7 meetings? So you can identify that UK was also the member. And in this option UK is not there, so you can eliminate this option, है ना? आप ये option eliminate कर दो, then you can always go for A as the correct answer. Let's do the next question. Recently, FSSAI has recommended inclusion of QR codes on food products. So consider the following statement with respect to QR codes. A QR code is a type of two-dimensional matrix barcode. It was invented in 1994. It was invented by a Japanese company called Denso Wave. What do you think is the correct answer? Narendra says D. Okay. What about others? Natya says D. Yes, D is the correct answer. Okay. All these statistics are correct. QR code, I hope nobody needs to explain this to you. Obviously, it's a 2D. Okay. It is on paper. ऐसे होता है वो. The code which you guys scan, and obviously it was made in 1994, invented by a Japanese company, Denso Wave. Let's go to the next question. World Cities Days, designated by UNGA, is celebrated on 31st October in 2014. Okay, now they're just asking you about UNGA. The UNGA is the main policy making organ of organization of United Nations. Okay? Each of the 193 member states of United Nations has equal vote. Each year in October, the full UN membership meets in the General Assembly Hall in New York. So what do you think is the correct answer? What is the correct answer for 8th, everyone? Naren says C. Okay. What about others? Jay says C. Guys, the correct answer is B. And why? Because every year in September they meet. Okay, so you eliminate this, you get this as the correct answer. Rest all options are correct, and since we are already only talking about UNGA, so the votes are equal. Okay, but if they would have talked about with respect to United Nations Security Council, the veto power or veto vote regarding, there must have been some particular kind of statement. Next question. On Karnataka Rajya Utsav Day, Karnataka government bestows the prestigious award, the second highest civilian award. So Karnataka Formation Day was celebrated on November 3rd. 1956, Mysuru's boundaries were adjusted to include Kannada speaking areas. The name changed from Mysuru to Karnataka on November 1, 1973. What do you think are the correct answer? Or is the correct answer? Sorry. See, the answer is within the question itself. ठीक है? अब देखो इसमें ऐसा है. When the name changed from Mysuru to Karnataka on November 1st, या तो ये ठीक होगा या ये ठीक होगा. दोनों ठीक नहीं हो सकते. Because whenever the name change, usually it is the celebration at that same time, same day only. So try to take a chance over here. So Anu says C. Okay. What about others? Jay also says C. Yes, all of you are correct. Okay. This is November 1st. So that's why this is incorrect. These two are correct statements. So C only 2 and 3. Well done. Next question. In October, India's GST revenues surged, reaching the highest monthly collection of 1.72 lakh crores. Consider the following statement with respect to GST. Both central and state taxes will be collected at the point of sale. Okay? This is first statement. The next statement is the central and state GST will be charged on the manufacturing cost. Olivia, with respect to the month, basically at least you need to do 6 months of current affairs. Okay? Because the spectrum or the amount of current affairs syllabus that has been talked about, it actually is very huge. So at least 6 months of current affairs we should be prepared with respect to it. Okay? And if possible, try to extend it to 1 month, 1 year. Okay? So basically you can assume 15 January to 15 January 24 and you can go backward up to 6 months. So the 10th answer is A. Yes, all of you are correct. Because it is not charged on cost, instead on supply. Okay? Well done. So A. Next question, and it is related to post-independence history also. So the foundation day of 8 states and 5 union territories was celebrated on 1st of November. Okay? Which of the following is correctly matched? 1956 Tamil Nadu Andhra Pradesh, 1966 हरियाणा, 2000 उत्तराखंड तेलंगाना. ये बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन है, जल्दी कर लीजिए. ठीक है. Maharshi says B. Natya also says B. Jay says B. हाँ बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन है यार, तेलंगाना का रेलेवेंसी नहीं है उस समय. यस ऑब्वियसली इट वाज इन 2014. यस करेक्ट. ठीक है. तो एंड एनीवेज यू कैन ऑल्सो सी द पैटर्न ऑल्सो ना. यू नो आंध्र प्रदेश वॉज कार्व्ड आउट ऑफ मद्रास स्टेट ओवर देन. ठीक है. हरियाणा वॉज कार्व्ड आउट ऑफ पंजाब. Uttarakhand and Telangana are far away states. How they can be relevant at this one particular place? So you can also use that particular kind of logic also. So yes, the answer B is correct. Next question, the recent release of income tax returns statistics spanning assessment from 2019 to 22. Consider the following state. The income tax system in India is governed by Income Tax Act 1961 and it is a direct tax. The Central Board of Direct Tax is a constitutional body under Central Board Revenue Act. Central Board of Direct Taxes operate within the Department of Revenue, Ministry of Finance. Which of the following are correct statement? देखो उसी इसमें within the question itself the answer is. And I have also highlighted it. Try to identify the correct answer. 12th, Maharishi says A, Jay also says A. What about others? There are at least 13 people here. Everyone should attempt this question. Natya also says A. Yes, all of you are correct. But if it is not a constitutional body, then what kind of a body it is? What do you call such type of bodies which are made by an act? Yes, very good. Statutory. ठीक है? Made by a statute. ठीक है? चलो next question. Well done. A recent study reveals alarming predictions about the West Antarctic ice sheet inevitable melting due to warming. Consider the following statement. India acceded to the Antarctic Treaty in 1983. India received the consultative status on the 12th September 1986. Presently, India has 2 operational research stations at Antarctica, Maitri and Bharti. Which of the following statements are correct? Yes. Maharishi, Nathya, Mansa, all of you are correct. Statutory body. But try to attempt this question with respect to our Antarctic stations. Narendra says C. Jay says D. अच्छा और बाकी सब लोग only 2 answers. Others want to skip this question? Pass. Okay. The correct answer is this statement is incorrect because it is on 1983 that India received consultative status. So you can eliminate this. A is the correct answer. Next question. Recently, UPSC has issued amended guidelines emphasizing specific criteria for the appointment of State Directors General of Police. So which of the following State Director General of Police are correctly matched? चलो it's a more current affairs oriented. ठीक है, तो if you know it is good, and these things are also very dynamic. So let it be. Let's try to do next question. Bio toilets. Okay, in Indian Railways solve the problem of human waste disposal. Okay, with reference to bio toilets used by Indian Railways, consider the following statement. The decomposition of human waste in the bio toilets is initiated by a fungal inoculum. After the completion of this process, only methane, carbon dioxide gases and water remains. What do you think is the correct answer? This is A. Okay. Fifteenth B, Maharishi says, okay. See, in bio toilets now, there is no fungal inoculum because it is a bacteria is used, okay, anaerobic decomposition. So that's why this first statement is incorrect. However, the second is correct. So only 2 is the correct answer. Okay, because this inoculum contains almost 4 types of bacteria in there that tries to decompose the toilets. Next question. A recent FAO report titled Methane Emissions in Livestock and Rice Systems. Consider the following statement regarding deposits of methane hydrate. See, in environments, questions are also important. It's a specific part of your syllabus. So if having current affairs, incorporated with environment, that itself is a benefit. Global warming might trigger the release of methane gas from these deposits. Large deposits of methane hydrate are found in Arctic tundra. Methane in atmosphere oxidizes to carbon dioxide after a decade or 2. So what do you think is the correct answer? What do you think is the correct statement from all of these? See, global warming, anyways, whenever these kind of methane hydrates are there, so it's a normal generic statement, most probably true. Mansa says D, Rishi says D, Jay also says D. Okay, what about others? Yes, the correct answer is D only. Okay, so because of global warming, obviously the ice is melting. Okay, so these methane hydrates which are stored here, whenever the upper layer is melting, it has the probability of coming out because of the global warming. Okay, and these are obviously found in Arctic tundra wherever the ice are there, and the oxidization timeline is decade or 2. Correct. So now let's go to some biology. Recently, there has been significant spike in measles cases and fatalities in Delhi attributed to underreporting of cases during COVID-19. So consider the following statement. Adenoviruses have single-stranded DNA genomes, whereas retroviruses have double-stranded DNA genomes. Common cold is sometimes caused by an adenovirus, whereas AIDS is caused by a retrovirus. Which of the above 2 statements are correct? ठीक है, मैं एक बार ऑप्शन देख के आई कैन टेल यू दैट व्हाट आर द ऑप्शंस. ओनली 1 2. ठीक है, यहीं पे आई कैन Hi Karthik, Happy New Year. And yes, sorry for not mentioning this. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope all of your dreams come true this year. I hope all of you gets what you desire this year. Happy New Year to everyone. Jay is skipping this question. What about others? Everyone skipping this question. See, usually such type of questions, what happens is they try to exchange these things. So adenovirus have double stranded, where retroviruses have single stranded. Okay? So this makes this statement incorrect, whereas the second statement is anyways correct. Okay? So correct answer is C, 2 only. Chalo, let's do this question. A recent study utilizing data from NASA Parker Solar Probe. Okay, consider the following statement regarding Venus. It is the hottest planet in the solar system. A day on Venus is longer than a year. Venus has 2 times the atmospheric pressure of Earth. Which of the following are correct answer? This should be an easy one. If you know the chronology within the solar system, you can easily get this question correct. You can eliminate one option, you will be getting the correct answer. Jay says A. Okay. Nobody is trying to solve this question. What happened? Nathya says B. Yes, the correct answer is B only. This is not correct. It is 90 times the atmospheric pressure. Okay? 1 and 2 statements are correct. So the second statement tells you what? So with respect to Earth, okay, Earth का rotation होता है और rotation होते होते Earth try to revolve around the Sun. Okay? Whereas if you look at Venus, ठीक है, Venus रिवॉल्व कर जाता है, बट रोटेशन रेवोल्यूशन से, ठीक है, रेवोल्यूशन के बाद में होता है. बेसिकली ऑन इट्स एक्सिस Venus रोटेट्स स्लोली कंपेयर टू रेवोल्यूशन. ठीक है, दिस एक्सिस पर रोटेशन इज स्लो कंपेयर टू दिस एक्सिस. ठीक है, how this is clear to everyone? So let's try to do this question. According to WHO's weekly epidemiological record, world reported more than twice as many cholera cases in 22 as did in 21. So it is with respect to cholera, and it's a, if you must have read about bio and chemistry NCRTs, you can easily get this answer correct. Cholera, waterborne disease primarily caused by a virus. Currently there are only 3 WHO pre-qualified oral cholera vaccines. Symptoms include profuse watery diarrhea, vomiting, leg cramps. What do you think is the correct answer? 19th C. Jay also says C. Yes, both of you are correct, because it is not caused by a virus, but it is caused by a bacteria. ठीक है, चलो. So this is all for today, and we'll continue doing questions in the next sessions and upcoming sessions. But before that, when I'll come with the November part 2, all of you be prepared with respect to the November current affairs okay, so that you can solve as many questions as possible. And with respect to those who are in the course, okay, you will be provided with the November current affairs content. So if you have any doubts with respect to anything related to course or related to anything, please ask. Otherwise, let's meet in the tomorrow's session. No doubts? Chalo. Thank you guys for joining. We'll meet in the next session and we'll try to complete the November series in 2 to 3 lectures, which will be available on YouTube. So don't worry. And with respect to other sessions of other months, those will be on live classes in the course itself. Okay? So thank you all for joining.